what a game for Tony Parker. He has 15 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
Yeah, to watch him spread the ball around, get everybody involved is a thing of beauty.
Hey, people had no idea, guys, how the Bulls were going to do last season dealing with the Rose injury, but they showed very quickly that they're going to be a team in the hunt, and they were still going to be hard to beat at home.
Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Chicago with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Dang kicks it to Noah. 6 to shoot. Green with the ball. Parker left side. No one near him. Off the left rim and out. And back to the Bulls at the United Center that Clark was just mentioning. 24-17 here in this building a year ago. And even though, Steve, they didn't have a lot of high-flying highlights here, they knew how to close out games.
Well, they defend, and that's the main thing. If you want to finish and close out games, you have to be able to defend and rebound. And that's what Tom Thibodeau's teams are always all about, and this year is no exception.
Here's Green. The Bulls getting the bucket. Parker kicks to Green. There's the dish to Duncan. Rose with the rebound. Bulls trail by 17. Dang passes to Boozer. Back to Dang. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line.
And not to be overlooked about Luol Deng. He's one of the elite perimeter defenders in the NBA. He's got tremendous size and length, lateral quickness, and boy, does he play with tremendous effort and focus night in and night out. He's one of my favorite guys to watch work.
You talk about Dang's effort and toughness. Easy to see why he's a favorite of Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, he guts it out. He plays through pain. Bad hamstring, tore ligaments in his wrist. Remember last year in the playoffs, he had the issue with the spinal tap. But just such a tough player and perfect fit for the Bulls.
Into the Bulls, shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Noah dishes to Boozer. It's stolen by Green. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Dang, he's covered by Leonard. Butler kicks to Rose. Boozer. And he drops it in from the low post. Boozer's got 8. Here's Parker. He's got 15. San Antonio calls timeout.
You know, to me, one reason why Carlos Boozer is such a valuable scorer is that he can hurt you in a multitude of ways inside. He can hit the rainbow jumper of his, and when he's back to the basket, can go over both shoulders very well.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for splitting. Here's Ginobili. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Ginobili's got his second basket of the game.
You know, there aren't many guys like him, players who can accelerate to the rim and finish with a flourish more often than not.
And for Boozer, you remember the story. Growing up in Alaska, his dad tied his right hand to his waist, so he'd have to develop his left, and that was something that he worked on even more when he went to Duke.
Well, yeah, his left hand is fantastic. I mean, that's his preferred hand when he's finishing around the rim. A right-handed jump shooter, but anything around the basket is usually his left. So he probably owes his dad a debt of gratitude for tying him up all the time.
That's one way to put it.
On a per-minute basis, you know, Manu Ginobili continues to be one of the top shooting guards in the game. Of course, the Spurs have always limited his minutes to protect him from injury. Last year, 25 minutes a game is about what he played.
The Spurs making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in. And you mentioned injuries for Manu. He's had his share for his career. He's missed an average of about 15 games a season.
And Kevin, part of it is just the way he plays, just the attacking nature of his drives. He draws a lot of contact. And you look at his age, mid-30s. I mean, the Spurs want to keep him healthy, try to save him for the playoffs, so they try to limit his minutes and bring him off the bench.
Shots good by Gibson.
Good job creating an easy bucket there.
So it's San Antonio now. Bellinelli up top. He's covered by Rose. Leonard, no luck. Bulls trail by 21. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Tony Parker's checked in for San Antonio. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Boozer. Nice D from Bonner.
Well, it's easy to see the effect that Derrick Rose has on the team when you look at the stats for the Bulls offensively last year. You know, this is a team that prides itself on defense, but without Rose, they really struggled to shoot and score efficiently all season.
Rose kicks to Boozer. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Tim Duncan. And Clark, as you said about the Bulls, their effective field goal percentage was second lowest in the league, and it was definitely hurt by not having their superstar point guard and Derrick Rose, Steve.
Well, you think about what he does for this team, you know, now that he's back healthy. I mean, breaking down defenses, you know, creating shots in transition, making a shot at the end of the shot clock. Those were all things the Bulls missed last season.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, you know, Carlos Boozer wasn't as efficient last season as we've seen in the past, and I think in large part it was due to the extended absence of Derrick Rose. He was the bailout option for the team on many occasions.
San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. And Clark, for Boozer, you talked about his offensive efficiency. Strong, physical player, but he only averaged about, Steve, I think like 3 free throws a game last season.
Well, he's a fadeaway jump shooter. He's an excellent offensive player, pretty efficient in his scoring, but most of his post-ups end up in fadeaway jump shots, and that's why he doesn't get to the line very often.
Here's Rose. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Boozer throws it down with the quick putback jam.
Well, I love that aggression. Forget about the tip. Just grab the thing and slam it on.
Well, what a way to get second chance points.
Man, don't take any risks. Just put that ball back in the hoop.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprised, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
You know what, too? Yeah, but it almost makes it a little more special, Kevin. Just grace over power is the way I see it.
Now here's Ginobili. After the miss from Gibson. Ginobili attacking. Butler with the block. Gibson in the post. Covered by Duncan. No good from Gibson.
Great job defending the hoop there.
So important to have good presence defensively inside.
Leonard, no luck. The Bulls have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. The kick out to Rose. Back to Dang. Butler. Boozer, defended by Bonner. Shots good by Boozer. Boozer's got 14.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. I mean, his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Ginobili, the pass to Duncan. Parker outside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Well, he was somebody you didn't want to put at the line a year ago. He made 85% of his attempts.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well. That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
Here's Diaw, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. The 3 quarters of play off. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And one other thing I would add is the mid-range game has been really impressive. I mean, they're showing great touch on some of those 15, 17-footers.
Now Murphy. Diaw missing on the 3. And it's blocked by Splitter. And Mills kicks to Bellinelli.
You know, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last season, guys, was that they were able to finish games strong. You think a group of vets might run out of gas, but the opposite was true with this group. They turned it up down the stretch and were one of the most productive teams in the league in terms of fourth quarter points.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for the Spurs. Both free throws good from Bellinelli.
Look at the free throw percentage, unblemished since halftime, Clark. That's pretty nice.
I'd go farther than that, Steve. How about perfect?
No good on the free throw. Nazr Mohammad's checked in for the Bulls. He's off on the second.
And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Ginobili. Excellent D from Kirk Heinrich.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Tipped. Murphy dishes to T. The feed to Murphy. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And it's slammed in by Diaw.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And San Antonio has possession following the shot by Marcus Teague. And Bellinelli kicks to Splitter. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Terrific assist inside.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Teague the pass to Murphy. Muhammad dishes to Teague. Dunleavy. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Here's Dunleavy. Outside Teague. Pass to Heinrich. 4 on the shot clock. Gibson, he's covered by Ginobili. And again, no good by Chicago.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
A finger roll finish at the bucket.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks. And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. They swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Now getting back at the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, you know, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
Here's Mills after the made shot from Bonner. And here is Teague. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And that one's good.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Mills. Teague covering. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. He dishes it to Mills. Ginobili. Pass to Mills. From downtown. Offensive rebound. Bonner. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Bonner's got 4 points this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you've got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
Chicago making a switch here. Heinrich's checked in. Shot's good by Mills. The Bulls have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
For San Antonio, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Bellinelli. Butler with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Bellinelli, defended by Dunleavy. Bellinelli passes to Diaw. Kicks it to Bonner. Shot clock at 6. Mills. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint at both ends, really.
Heinrich kicks to Butler. Back to Heinrich. Pass to Muhammad. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Some solid defense from Bonner. Here's Mills. The shot no good. And it's Chicago the other way. Muhammad dishes to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Muhammad. Ball stolen. Mills with it. Now guarded by Muhammad. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nazr Muhammad. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Ginobili. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Patrick Mills. So it's Chicago now. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Dunleavy. Bellinelli is covering. And Muhammad kicks to Heinrich. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession. Got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Butler. The shot no good. Excellent D there from Boris Diaw. Bellinelli passes to Joseph. Feeds it to Bellinelli. Baseline J on the way. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Bulls have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Butler, he's covered by Leonard. Now here's Gibson. He's guarded closely. Butler